2 letters, 1 word, the meaning of life. Yeah. How we doing? Previously on Kimba TV. Achoo! Achoo! I'm broke. I'm allergic to being broke. Achoo! Achoo! A juice! A juice! A juice! A juice! A juice! A juice! $500,000 just on 1 entry, ho! $500,000 just on 1 entry, ho! We got! Bugatti juice! Bugatti juice! All right, so we're aiming for, $1 mil profit for the month, just, per exchange. So we'll see if we can get it. Yeah, with what we saw on Friday, we have to be careful for a swing fail up here. Like something like this. Yeah, that makes sense. Alrighty. That's about it. 3 drives SFP in play. Like right here. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, if anything, what Friday kind of taught us was it can have really violent pullbacks. So yeah, we should watch out for that and watch out for that. But if it does come back here, I'll probably redo the long. So I'm gonna well, no, fuck this one. I don't know about this one, but this one, if 69 sweeps, then I'll probably shave a good chunk and then look to maybe add or re-enter right there. Roger? Yeah, somewhere around here, just like that. All right, but everything looks Gucci. Crypto Damas says juicing like a motherfucker. Let's go. Fran, let's go. Raphael, let's go. For love and peace, let's go. Ompi, let's go. Iruzi, let's go. For love and peace, let's go. Raphael, let's go. Lil Zan, let's go. Xenon, let's go. Exo, let's go. Mo Guy says, they keep shorting Kimba, laughing my ass off. These motherfuckers trapped. Yeah, I mean, this is what I would say, Mo Guy. Yes, they're trapped, but you saw what happened on Friday, right? So let's, I don't know about this sweep, but let's keep an eye on that. And I think the one that I would want to see more of would be like this sweep. At the 69.5, because that's a really bad high up there. So, all right. And then if it pulls back on any of these, I would be looking for here again. Yeah, because it would have been nicer if we did this and then we went, but this is okay. So now we have to look for the higher deviations, if you will. Uchiha says, your thoughts on Coinbase wick? I don't even, was there a wick? Joker, what's going on? Mirino, what's CME priced at right now? It's trading at about $600 premium. Yeah, and CME is already at 69.3, so you would, it's probably going to get swept. 69.5 is probably going to get swept. Fakun says, did you ever tried Mate? Is that you, Coin Nerd? I don't know what Mate is. JV says, I need birth B-day position. B-day position, see, you don't really want to, even if it's a swing fail here, shorts are really, really not a good idea. So maybe you get a swing fail at 69.5 and then you can get it back to 67 and then you can long it. But yeah, and if it doesn't swing fail here, then the real target for CME is 70,400. So we're going to see how this, I'm on RTH for this. We're going to see how it gaps, okay? Walzo says, what would you say about bearish CVD divs? Well, what does bearish CVD divergence mean? So, Walzo, in one sentence, when you see a bearish CVD divergence, it means what? Explain it to me like you would to a 5-year-old. What does it mean, Walzo? Can you tell me what it means before I go get my coffee? So think about that, Walzo. Let's go! Who juicing? Let's go. Let's go. All right, any other questions? Any other questions? Mirino, if we try to take the S&P short at 69750, for example, and the invalidation is probably before the single prints, right? Not necessarily. If you want to do it blind, Mirino, yes. Or you could play it the safe route, and you could let the 30-minute candle close happen, and then you can decide based off of the open interest and CVD, and maybe even like the delta on the 30-minute. If you actually have a reason to take a golden pocket 38205 retrace with a higher high stop loss, or do you need to see if it's going to be like a third drive or a failed auction with a higher high? So it's up to you, Mirino, but your question is based off of you blindly entering, right? You could just wait for the 30-minute and you could take the higher high as the invalidation, no? So different ways to do it, Mirino. But yeah, if you wanted to do it blind, you would have to get stopped out before the single print for sure. Yeah. So it's one of those things, Mirino, where you see this, right? You see this, right? Putting blind limits at 69.5, no matter how bearish you are, it's gotta be borderline reckless, yes? You see what I see, right, Mirino? You really want to put blind limits? Because all you need is one dickhead to just start the domino effect, and then it's gonna run, 70, 71, right? So yeah, it's a combination, I think, of just yeah, I think it'd be better to look at CVD and delta, but there's no right or wrong. All right. So yeah, somebody was asking about this. Yeah, it's a little bit too ugly, so that's gonna get cleaned later. Yeah, so this one's probably a little bit better now that I got to see this reaction. All right, and always, always, always think worst case scenario, okay? If Friday didn't teach you to put stop loss and profit and think worst case scenario, then you probably are due for another lesson. So this is the level that would be my level of interest, whether it pulls back from here or pulls back from there. If we breach 70, then I don't know if I'm logging this if it's coming all the way back down from 70. Let's go. But do you need, who needs 15-second alpha TA? Stop the music. Okay, so here's the 15-second alpha TA, my guy. First things first. This is daily candle close. These are daily candles, okay? Look at the delta. On Wednesday, it was negative 60 million, which means that there was 60 million more sells than buys, okay? On Friday, we had twice as much selling. There was 120 negative delta, okay? And it could not make a lower low. That's extremely bullish, okay? It pixel perfect TPO'd, Okay, the TPO point of control. When it came back, it pixel perfect touched the TPO point of control. Okay, and if you guys were here for it, you guys will also remember that that was the gap fill. Okay, and pixel perfect VWAP as well. Okay, the last thing that I think you guys remember is I added another 100, right? So eventually when it made a lower low, I got stopped out in profit on most of the longs. I added back in. I showed the blowfin and the MEXC entries. So, you know, another 200, 300-ish, something like that from here. Okay. So Gucci Magucci, easy money, Bugatti money. Not only did we get to realize and TP a good chunk, and as you can see, we're nearing $1 million on the MEXC leaderboard for the monthly profits. You know, we're averaging about 800K per exchange. So could be like a juicy month this month. And then, yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of shorts that continually get trapped. EXO, nothing has changed. This is the EXO from the 69.5 high. So you have 80 million in shorts that are still open right now at the 69.6 high. Okay, so that hasn't really changed. And then the target is still 70,400 for CME. Okay, so for me, if if there's one thing that we learned from Friday, and every price action is a learning opportunity. So since I saw that on Friday, holy fuck, I'm gonna shave a little bit on some of these longs if his swing fails at 69.6, 69.7, 69.8. Ideally, a swing fails up here or fails auctions up here. Okay. And that would, would be much better. But I am going to shave just a little bit because if it is going to pull back before this zone, it could come all the way back down here. And then as we drew this morning, that would still be golden poquito. Okay. All right. So nothing has really changed. We're still in that long. We juicing like a motherfucker, and we're going to shave a little bit up here. We'll see if his swing fails this. We're going to be watching the open interest right there at 69.5, and we'll take it level by level. So 69.5 derivative swing fail, CME, 70,400-ish. There's also, a little bit something, a cluster a little bit lower than that, but let's just call it 70,400. And that's it. All right, and we'll just continue to monitor the data, and let's keep our head on a swivel, yeah? Because, we don't want to get got like on something like this, okay? So whether it's here or whether it's here, I don't think this could turn around here on this one just because the liquidity is so low, but that could be a swing fail, yeah? Of that high. So we'll keep an eye on it. I think it gets invalidated though, but we'll keep an eye on this thing. If altcoin season is going to start, I think ETH is going to, definitely lead, or not. I mean, Solana and ETH, but like ETH BTC has to look bullish, right? And ETH BTC is something that we've been tracking for quite some time, and look at where we are. So I want the blue line to get swept. If that blue line, so we're pretty close. Okay. And by the way, this orange line is a trend line that we've had for over 2 years now. So, all right, make sure you get caught up. Okay, if you have a question that your mind is making up and asking right now, chances are somebody asked it 2 months ago. But yeah, exclamation YouTube. But for me, the simple answer is I need to see ETH BTC look good. I'm going to see what ETH BTC does at 0.03458, and we'll go from there, level by level. Fredworth says over 2 years. Yep, because these are daily candles. We drew this candle, or we drew this line September of 2022 on stream live. So yeah, now that we are October 2024, I've had this line for 2 years. This is why I've been hesitant to long. I've only longed ETH when it broke out of this downward trending resistance line, brother. Yeah, but look at this, September 11th, Sunday, 2022. Look at that on the bottom left. On the ETH BTC daily candle. And I've only longed ETH when it broke out. Like this is the only time I've longed ETH in the last 2 years, bro. Crazy, right? Let's go. Let's go! Kachoi Shiba! Let's go, squeeze him! Rice! Rice! Oh, here we go now! Oh, hey, quit playing with me, let's go! Let's go, Lions! Let's go! Who juicing? Who juicing? Papinks in the house! Papinks are in the house! Papinks are in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it is. Math is math. Let's go. Squeeze. Squeeze. You see what I'm saying? Woo! Oh, somebody said, Kachoi Shiba! Let's go! Let's go, math! Let's go, math! Let's go, math! Too easy, bitch! Let's go, let's go! Let's go, let's go! 23 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, on the 30-minute candle close. You know what it is. Papink me! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Let's go. Let's squeeze. Let's go. Let's get to 74 tonight, baby. Yeah, let's go! Ka-choy! Juice, 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 juice. Come on. 134,000 realized. We're at about 420,000 if you include the unrealized. Let's go. Let's keep papinking, y'all. Let's keep papinking, y'all. It's gonna be oh, it's not actually including the realized. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Papink me. Papink me. Papink me. Let's go. So we have 134,000 realized, and we still have 267 un. So it's literally right at 400,000 right now. Okay, like I said earlier, when we were looking at it up here, it was 420,000. Okay. All right, but if you've been paying attention, exclamation YouTube, exclamation rewind, then, you know, I'm Pico top. I mean, I fucking TP'd here on my first one, and I TP'd here just now. I'm killing it. It's not about what I'm doing. It's about understanding why I'm doing it so you can reverse engineer it to however way you want to use that logic. Okay? Do you know that we talked about something like this and how you would want it to leave that? I mean, I think we're all good to go, right? How many of y'all already in a short? Quit playing with me. How many of y'all waiting? How many of y'all are like, yo, I got structure, I got the single print left behind, but guess what? None of the shorts are squeezed. Do you remember when we talked about this? I said everybody needs to figure out if it's worth taking a short, if the other things line up but the open interest. I hope you guys made up your mind to figure out what you want to do. There is no right or wrong, okay? There is no right or wrong. You know what there is, though? Good risk management and shitty risk management. So for all of you that are in a short right now, do not let it go red. That's it. And if you can do that, we're going to rinse, repeat. We're going to do this shit thousands of times for the next couple of years, and we're going to juice the fuck up. Are you guys down? Are you guys fucking down? Should I leave right now? What should I do? You guys want to kick it until daily candle close, or you guys want me to fuck off so the volatility kicks in? Leakwax is yup, already protected. Awesome. Awesome. But it's really just the preparation. I don't care if you took a long or a short. None of that matters to me. We talked about structure. We talked about open interest. Are there divs? Y'all tell me if there are divs. Okay? Is that going to, in 8 minutes and 30 seconds, you're going to find out if that's a good high or a bad high, right? Gucci Ramos has stepped away to make the fan pizza, and I missed it. Gucci Romo, you're better than that. You've been here long enough. You don't do that. Okay? Is this your first swing fail? Is this your first kiss? Gucci Romo, you better quit playing with me. You know goddamn well how to play this. Do not freak out on me talking about, oh, I didn't get to walk point down the zombie-infested hallway. I'm fucked. You sure? Wait to see if some of your homies comes back like all like, you know, foaming at the mouth and shit. So I would say we don't know yet, brother. I would, and here's the thing, Gucci Romo, unless you were going to put blind limits in, and if you did, that's awesome. You know, because we talked about what you would want to see. You don't want all the single prints to get grabbed, right? So, of course, you're going to put it behind. You never put stop loss in a single print cluster. So you would have to finesse your stop loss in between the two clusters, right? So like if you wanted to go blind, it's not, well, whatever. I aim 1, 73250, can't lose. 73250, what the fuck? Is that a typo? Quit playing with me. Coke Zero says 70226. Attaboy. Attaboy. Attaboy, can't lose. Let's go. But for real though, do you guys think it's a high probability that you're gonna get away with this first wick? Or do you think that there might be a second wick that cleans all y'all motherfuckers out? I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but you guys have seen tops and bottoms the last couple of weeks. So hopefully you guys know what is high probability and what will be lower probability. But let's do the damn thing. You guys ready to go? Do you guys at least feel like you know what you're doing so it doesn't matter if it works out or not because it came from you? See, like I feel like you freak out more when you're doing some shit because somebody else is. You know, but if it's your own thing, you're not really tripping if you get stopped out and break even. Who gives a shit? You know? So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've all had ample time to think about these things. Okay? You got 6 minutes until the 30-minute candle close. I don't know how many 30-minute candle closes y'all been watching with me. Some of y'all are breaking your own rules that you just, last week y'all said, no, for sure I'm going to watch the 30-minute candle closes. And now you're telling me, no, I'm in a short already. Okay. So, you know, do you. It's an opportunity to get better and learn. I'm not in anything yet because I'm waiting for that 30-minute thing, you know? I'll join you guys though, you know, but goddamn, this open interest does not help. Lord have mercy. This Kacho Shiba is going to start to get nasty. That kimchi juice, like even this guy, dude, what the fuck? Okay, head on a swivel, right? Head on a swivel. So what, isn't it crazy that it, like anybody can, some of us, we wanted 3 drives in this bitch, right? It might just be like a normal swing fail, right? But in terms of anticipating, in terms of understanding what would be bearish, what wouldn't be, in terms of having patience, whether you took that short or not, or you're waiting to have more confirmation, in terms of identifying levels, understanding what would be Gucci Magucci, not too shabby, huh? And you know what's crazy? I've shaved at Pico Top. So far, so good. We Gucci? But who gives a shit what I'm doing, though? Shout-outs to longers, shout-outs to shorters. You guys enjoying this? Hey, Gabby Deathnet! Hey, not too shabby, this thing. Not too shabby, this thing. Okay, so hands up if you've been here with me since the beginning. Hands up with me if you've been here since the beginning of the day. What do you guys think about all this? And there was no part of the prep work where we or I said anything about, oh, it's going to do this. No. We're not here to predict the future, okay? But in terms of identifying levels, not too shabby. In terms of knowing what will be more bearish than another scenario, not too shabby. Okay? If you took blind shorts and you're juicing right now, that's fucking awesome. I don't know if I would always encourage you to just put blind limits, especially if it's a short with underwater shorts going against you. But we already talked about, especially with what we saw on Friday, that you might not necessarily need to have all the shorts stopped out for it to actually poo-poo, right? And if this now just waterfalls down to 67, nobody's crying, right? So even if you're not in a head short, even if you didn't shave at all on your long, you do not have there's no more, like you don't have the right to even cry or complain, okay? So you already kind of have to start pulling fibs and thinking about starting to shave between 382, 05, 618, like all that shit, whichever fib you want to pull from. Duco says, when the CME price differs too much from perps, which one should you give more importance? It's not which one is more important or not. You're still going to be paying attention to CME, but you need to be able to understand what trading at a premium means and what trading at a discount means. Sometimes the CME is more than Coinbase Spot. Sometimes it's less. So I think it's common sense though. Why would somebody be willing to pay a little bit more for something? Because the demand is high for it. So, okay, well, if that's the case, then how do we quantify demand, or how do we quantify seller or buyer exhaustion, right? So if the demand is high, then maybe it's not really the buying absorption, but the buying exhaustion you're looking for. So that starts to give you understanding of what kind of divs, what RSI divs mean, what MACD divergence might mean. And then you're just trying to combine the edge. All right, 11 o'clock. I think I'm going to bow out so I can show up early for you guys. David Steele says future has the gap half filled. Yep. And do you remember what we talked about if it gapceptions, David? So if it has a gap inside a gap, it will be like reverse psychology. So the normal standard stuff of like gapping up or down and then only partial filling and going, it's the opposite. But I'll look if it happened. If there's a gapception tomorrow, we can talk about it first thing in the morning, and I can show it to you live, and then we can watch it live together. So let's not get too carried away. Let's go, Lion Kings. Is that a good high or a bad high, chat? Hey, love you guys.